Today, we're looking at how an independent vintage retailer uses stories to sell in a virtual market. Elaine has the mission to encourage people to shop for sustainable clothing and help reduce our impact on the planet. And she's taken to Instagram to begin physically selling her pieces, which she publicizes for a time period on her stories. She then creates a post before go live, and then she sells them directly through her stories where people can purchase. This is her.
And get any of your queries answered. As always, multiple purchases are welcome, but just pay for each item as we go along.
It's a really modern way for an independent like this to actually measure the impact of their social media on their sales by directly selling through the channel in such an innovative manner. So let's look at what she did. She teamed up with the @Virtual Vintage Market here, a business that supports independent vintage retailers like Closet. They work with her on the setup, help her promote her business as her collection goes live, and she gets to tag and share in all their channels. Elaine then creates highlights of her collection on her main Instagram and saves them to the highlights section here at the top. As you can see, lots of different collections here. And that gives people some excitement over some new pieces and ones that might be available later on to purchase. She then creates a fear of missing out of FOMO by counting down to market day, a bit like the video that I showed you a second ago. So this is her explaining what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. I'll see you here at 11 o'clock so that people know when to go on board. And then on the day, she posts more stories and more videos as well to highlight it. She posts pieces in her stories. She uses DM to engage with people throughout the purchase, and she follows up with a post thanking everyone for their purchases and talking about what's coming next. Now, any business can do this by creating a mini collection, selling it through their stories, or you could even create a VIP list on Instagram and sell directly to regular buyers. Now, if I was Closet, what I would want to do is I would want to be looking at maybe collaborating with other maybe crafts businesses or other vintage businesses. And so I could do that by going on to Maybe, and I can create a group. So here you've got the Maybe dashboard. You go in, you go to listening and insight summary, and I could create a whole list of other businesses that that the Closet would be able to either compare themselves to or watch and indeed collaborate with. They're in here. And then all they do is click here, and all of the individual businesses would start coming up, and then she can actually interact with their posts. She can look at how many followers they've got, the posts they've got, the engagements they've got, and you can even click here to choose your best post. Now, as always, if you've got any questions whatsoever, then click on the little blue button. We love to help.